So this video is going to be about induction. What induction is patterns. So for that, just think about if I were to be counting and I say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and I stop and I ask you what are the next two numbers? Well, you would say 16 and 18. The way you did that was because you knew that I was counting by twos. So 12, 14. And then I stopped right there, and you told me it was 16, 18, and you could have went further. You saw the difference between these two was 2 every time. Okay, so that one's pretty easy because we're just counting by twos. So let's look at some example problems of induction. So if you notice that the operation here was addition, I'm adding 2 every time. Over here, the operation is a little bit more complicated. So your operations, you have 4 choices for the basic operations. So you have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Which of these operations are increasing? Well, the increasing operations would be addition and multiplication. So addition and multiplication. So what are your decreasing operations? So when you apply these operations, your number gets smaller. It would be subtraction, take away, and division. So over here, first question you ask yourself, and this will eliminate your options of which operations you're using, is are these numbers increasing or decreasing? So are they getting smaller as I go on or bigger? Well, 36 is bigger than 24, 24 is bigger than 12, so it's getting smaller. So my operation must be from the decreasing. So now I have to look at what's the difference between these two. Well, I see that this difference is 12. I see that the next difference is 12. So my next difference, if it's going to follow an induction pattern, remember induction is patterns, then the difference also has to be 12. So here, am I just simply minusing 12 or dividing by 12? In this case, either one would work. I could divide by 12 here, or I could minus 12. So let me see. We got 36 minus 12 is 24. So this is for when you're using subtraction. Minus 12 is going to be 12. And minus 12 is going to be 0. Minus 12 is negative 12. So there's one way to look at it. So I have found the next two terms were 0 and negative 12. Can we do the same for division? That's what we're going to look at now. So 36 divided by 12. If I divide by 12, then my next one is going to be 3, which doesn't work because I would need it to be 24. So division doesn't work. So that's how you would test for your induction pattern if it's subtraction or division once you decide that it is decreasing. So let's go to the next one here. We have 0, 4, 8, 12, 16. Once again, your first question would be asking, is it increasing or decreasing? Okay, 0 to 4, the number got bigger. 4 to 8, the number got bigger. 8 to 12, bigger. 12 to 16, bigger. So we're going to be dealing with increasing operations. So your increasing operations are addition and multiplication. So I'm going to look at this and I say, okay, what's the difference between 0 and 4? So that's 4. Difference here, 4 and 8, 4. 8 and 12, 4. 12 and 16, 4. So since the difference is the same every time and it's not increasing, then I am using addition and not multiplication. So here I'm adding 4 every time. So if I add 4 one more time, I'll get 20. Add 4 one more time, I get 24. And those are my next two terms. Another type of problem that you'll see in induction is when you're dealing with different kinds of symbols. So here, what could be happening in these types of problems would be that I'm taking this symbol and I'm going to rotate it. So I'm going to rotate it. So let's see. So first let me copy this over and say I rotate it that much. And then I rotate it copy it again, and I rotate it again, and I'm going clockwise.